the one company that can claim that they make the most United States made products of all time. Origin donated $5,000 worth of products for the big giveaway. So all you gotta do to enter is fill out the form, and don't forget we have the daily Instagram repost giveaway, and just in case you missed any of the previous brands, we got that little section at the bottom of the form for the second chance giveaway. So thanks again to Origin for donating all this stuff. This is an unboxing that I am surprisingly excited for because it doesn't have as much to do with boots, because it doesn't have anything to do with boots, actually, it's all knives. But the knife world and the boot world are so adjacent because like anybody that likes boots usually has like a pocket knife on them at all times. You get into each hobby, at least for me, in very similar ways. You know, I get into a new hobby, I'm like, I just want like whatever the best for the money is. Like, let's just get the ball rolling. And you start to get into the little teeny nuances, the difference between this slight difference in metal and this amount of carbon in this metal, the difference between this type of leather and this type of leather. It's very similar. But anytime you get into the industry of any kind, you never want to go straight to the top. You don't want to be that guy. The best way for me that I found to enjoy a hobby is just go through the natural progression. Start small, start affordable. You know, it's like, it's half the fun of any hobby is progressing through the hobby, learning what the difference is, learning the nuanced difference that you would never notice from the beginning. And so speaking of the beginning, I don't know anything about knives. Like I just, you know, I've always had pocket knives on me. I've always had either like a Swiss Army knife or a little Leatherman. Like I always carry these. My buddy Jay that you've seen on the channel turned me onto these little Skeletools. You know, I either have this on me or I have this little Gerber knife. The thing I like about this Gerber knife is it's small, it's tight, it's compact. I never have to worry about sharpening it. We have so many of these little razor blades floating around the shop just because we're a leatherworking company that at any time all I have to do is take a little screwdriver, unscrew that, put a new blade in, and I'm good to go. If I lose it, I'm not out $500, I'm only out like $30. And because of that, that's what I end up using all the time. And I just end up, the last 4 years, I've probably purchased 10 of these little Gerber knives, but I always lose them. And I'll tell you why I always lose them, because you probably heard me complain about it on several videos, but this stupid clip right here that holds it onto your belt or to your pocket or whatever, it's not screwed in, it's not welded, it's not part of any sort of structure, it's just friction fit in. So I'll just do it. I'll do it on camera. So all you have to do is bend this just a little bit, just enough that that memory of that steel forgets what its job was. The next thing you know, this thing's hanging off your belt. That clip overstretches and it goes like this. Goodbye, forever. See you never. I'll go buy another one. Because it's stupid clip. And it's on both versions of the Gerbers. I hate when products are so good in so many ways, but they screw it up in one tiny little thing that ruins the whole concept. And so, what did I do about it? Complain mostly, but I was on Amazon late one night and I was like, ooh, that looks like a pretty cool little knife. Like, that seems like it might solve the problems I have with this knife. 10 minutes later, I had 10 of those added to my cart. And I just like bought all like the affordable little foldable or retractable razor blade knives that are cheap, small, throw it on your hip. You're not gonna stress out if you lose it, to hopefully find one that does it better than Gerber, because this honestly is pretty terrible. It's a really bad design. And another reason I wanted to find one is because I recommend, like, people are like, what knife do you carry? I'm like, I just carry this stupid little Gerber. And I'm sick of like telling people because it's terrible. And at the same time, there was a version of this that I bought forever ago. You've probably seen it on the channel. It's a little retractable titanium one. And I don't know if they reached out to us or we reached out to them, Big Idea Designs, but they're like, yeah, we'll send you a bunch of stuff. And I was like, well, you're in luck because we're gonna unbox 10 of these little baby knives. They kind of make that kind of knife. So we're gonna have a box of like 10 Amazon stuff you can buy from Amazon that's affordable. And then you've got some really nice stuff coming from Big Idea Design. So let's do it. What do we have first? The Flissa titanium utility knife with extra 10 blades. This one is $29. And you guys that are into knives, help me out here. Is there any of these brands like reputable? Are they just all like really cheap Amazon brands? Help a brother out. Start teaching me about knives. Okay. It's nice packaging. Okay, there's your 10 free blades. Boxings are hard. Ooh, I like that. Does it fling open? Cool, that's nice. It locks out, I like that. The blade's gonna be super easy to replace. That's really nice, because that's one of the convenience things that I like about these utility blades. Very lightweight. It's not gonna pull my pants down. It looks good too. It's a little bit bigger by, you know, an inch. That's not a bad starter. I like that one. Next. This is the Milspin Magnus utility knife, box cutter EDC, utility blade, utility knives, retractable razor blade, EDC, veteran made in the USA, brass number 2. $34. Actually, I'm not gonna slim that out. Whoa, this thing is chunky. Look at that, that is so thick. Compare that to the Gerber. It's not that much thicker actually. It's probably only 4 millimeters, 5 millimeters, quarter inch. Similar size, solid brass. Always love a good veteran-owned business. It's got this push down to unlock. It's not gonna come unlocked, but you push down on that spring mechanism. And it pops it out. Ooh, 2 levels too. Maybe, maybe not. Oh yeah, no, that's right. That's pretty slick. It's a little chunky, it's pretty heavy, you know. It's hefty because it's solid brass. And I'd be worried about this in my pocket, you know, throughout the day. Slowly opening up. But for you EDC guys that like patina, that like handmade stuff, USA made stuff, veteran owned stuff, this one's pretty cool. It's only 34 bucks too. Because like I said, this is the fun. It's like I'm starting at the cheapest, dumbest knives. All the knife guys are like, what are you doing? Get some nice knives, guy. I'm like, oh, I like your little cheapos. That's where I'm starting. What's next? Sidewinder. Outdoor Edge Sidewinder. Yeah, all their stuff, all their names are very optimized for their SEO. So, Sidewinder utility multi-tool features Phillips screwdriver. I didn't know that. Pry bar, hand flat screwdriver, bottle opener, stainless steel pocket clip. Nice. Let's open it up. Ooh, I like that. Oh, that's very small. Oh, it's almost too small. I'm afraid I'll grip that. Ooh, that's nice. Spring. So it's got a layer of steel, looks like, on this side. There's your little Phillips flat head. And then on this side, it's plastic. I don't love the plastic. It's just gonna be lighter, but like this feels like cheap and flimsy, you know, like it doesn't feel as secure as, especially this one. So similar design, these two. This one's obviously beefier. This one's a lot slimmer, but this one's, yeah, it's got that cheap kind of feel to it. But at least, Gerber, take notes. Screw your freaking clips on. Civivi. Civivi's a good brand because we've got a few blades from Blade HQ from Civivi. I think one of the donut knives that they had was the Civivi. So this one is $42. Comes with a few extra blades. A very nice plushy case that I'm sure nobody in the history of knives ever actually used. Okay, so similar kind of vibes here. I still like this one more. I like this flat, like kind of like future industrial kind of look to this one. That was nice though. Ooh, that is a really clean little action though. You can tell the difference. Like, let me just give you the sound. Hear how clean that sounds compared to. That's interesting. You can feel a difference. That's a very smooth, I don't know if they're called actions. Knife guys, help me out. Give me a list of verbiage that I need to learn. I like this little flick action, and I like how this makes it look like a flat razor, or like a Tonto. I'm learning words, guys. Tonto blades. Tonto points? $42. That's nice. That's probably the nicest quality one so far. How about the Coast? Space Ghost Coast to Coast. Coast DX126, 1.2 inch stainless steel razor pocket knife. Double lock, nylon handle. Ooh, I also like this one. Let's see what this double lock is about. So this is one lock. So that folds up. And then you can lock it permanently with that. So if I do this little inside lock, okay. So you don't have to unlock both. What you can do is leave this top like safety. I would almost call it like a safety rather than like a lock, because it reminds me like a safety on like a Remington. And then this one, like if you do accidentally hit that or something, that still locks it in place. Nylon handle. It feels cheaper, right? Like it feels cheaper than both of these other two, but it's a little bit smaller. It's a little bit lighter, and it has a pretty distinct look. I don't mind that one. How much was it? Oh, it's only $11. That's so cheap. Why have I not been buying these? This seems way better than Gerber. Next. Workpro. 3-piece quick change folding pocket utility knife set with belt clip. Oh gosh. Oh, by 3-piece they mean they send you with 3 individual knives. Oh, these are way cheap. So this is like your old military style where it's just folded and rolled steel. Very cheap. There's a certain simplicity to it that I like though. And guess what? That little belt clip is actually screwed on. Gerber. Similar size. I almost would rather run this than my Gerber. It's cheaper. You only are out $5 every time you lose it. That's pretty easy to replace too. It's a little scary. All you do is pull up on that. Slide that in there. Okay. Next. Whoa, this looked way smaller when I bought it. That's so big. That's so much bigger than I thought it was gonna be. That's too big. That's not gonna work for what I want it for. It's really heavy too. I like that idea though. I like that concept. I didn't know it was gonna be 5 pounds and like 3 inches wide. The XL Blade Revo Pocket Utility Knife. It's a cool concept, but it's very unpractical for what I'm looking for. Next. Some of these brands are like those brands that you see on Amazon or you see like 5 different versions and they have like a random lettering combination. And you're like, well, these are all the same brand, clearly, the same factory. I think this is one of them because it's like OKNIFE, OKNIFE, Otacle, OTACLE, U1. You know, it's like, ooh, look at that. Your whole blade is exposed on that one. That's actually really nice. See your whole length of the blade, and your handle's big enough, and even if your finger did slip, you wouldn't immediately hit the blade. And the thing I like is this little screw that's supposed to undo the blade. Oh, it says to lock, so I need to spin it this way. So you can tighten it, locks it in place. Probably not super secure. Maybe, I'm not sure how the whole mechanism works. Loosen it, and it doesn't pull out because you've got those little teeth on the inside there, so you have to push with the blade once it's loosened enough, and then pull it out. I like that. I like that. That one's nice. Has a lock, easy to change the blade, fairly lightweight. It's still thick though. Like I like the slimness of these other ones that are a little smaller. Okay, and I just got this one just in case I lost mine in the meantime. But the Gerber, if you didn't know, is $14. So that's all the Amazon ones. This is all of our boot accessories that we've slowly developed over like the last 4 years as we've done more and more boot reviews and realized how many things are missing in the market. So be sure to check out all these below. They make great gifts, self-gifts, and it's a huge way that you can help support the channel. So check them out below. Now to like the specialty versions, like this company that specializes in those actual like small, lightweight, replaceable blade kind of knives in big idea designs. Which knife? This is a front runner for sure. I wish I had a little flip out. It's fine to like flick it, right? But so let's see what they sent me, because he basically was like, oh, just go on my website and see if there's any you like. And I was like, I like all of these, so you choose from these of which you want to review. Oh my gosh, and he hooked it up. Oh my gosh. Whoa. How much? This, like one of these is probably worth more than all the rest of them combined. So what do we have here? Maybe we'll save some of these for another unboxing. Let's start with the biggest one and see if it even fits in this category first. If it makes you feel better, I get nervous watching myself open boxes and cut boots and shoes in half too. Look out. EDC fixed blade knife. See, I told you random letters for steel and stuff. M390 steel, grade 5 titanium. I could get into knives. I just don't know if there's enough interest in it. So if you want me to do more knives, support this because I could easily get into it. Reverse Kydex sheath, GR5 titanium pocket clip. Nice. That feels nice. That has a nice heft to it. Like not too heavy, but you can tell that blade is really nice and thick. Ooh, I like that. Very simple. That's nice. Kind of fits in the category. You know, it's bigger, smaller than this one. But I'm gonna say that it doesn't fit the category. That's a nice knife. Okay, let's do the next biggest. The titanium utility knife. That's a nice unboxing experience. I love the look of titanium. That like gunmetal kind of color. Dang. Ooh. That's so smooth. The Civivi is smoother for sure, but that has a nice, like, listen. I think even this one's too big for this specific video. It's within reason, but this one's smaller. It's gotta be because it's a smaller box. It's fairly heavy too. I like it.
I like it a lot.
How do you undo these ones? Oh, I think you have to unscrew it. Maybe? It like flexes right there. Oh, that is actually quite slick. You'd hope that there would be some like finer attributes to these because these are not cheap. You know, this is a lot closer to your actual like utility knife size. That if you wanted just a super high-end utility knife, that's more what this is. Ooh, out of stock too, sold out. I get it. It has a really nice like feel to it, a nice heft. Like it feels substantial, but it's $175. For regular utility knives, this is like your ultra premium version, not your Milwaukee. It's plastic that you carry around. Like this is the premium version. Let me see what we got in this TP Slide, because I think this is the one that I actually bought years ago that I still use. But there's a problem with it that I don't use it as much, and let's see if it's been fixed in the last few years since I bought one. I have a bad habit of just like holding my knives like this when I'm like doing other stuff. I'll just put them down flat, and Taylor's like, "Close your freaking knives." I'm like, sorry. I'm not used to having people crafting with me. Okay, let's do it. Ooh, a little leather sheath. Let's check out the quality of the leather first. Pretty thick leather. Let's see how thick. 2 millimeters thick. Looks like a little slot for an extra blade in there. A dull blade. But obviously you could put your other blades in there. Nice. And this is the knife. Dainty. This is probably, actually it is the smallest of all of them. How much is it? They did a collaboration with Carl Murawski. That is funny. 80 bucks. And it's titanium. This is the black coated titanium. I wanted the natural titanium, but they're sold out. So 80 bucks. So, you know, all the way down to the cheapest one, it comes $5 a piece. Rattly, you know, it doesn't have a flick out. It's just rolled steel. It's about as cheap of a knife as you can make. This is like titanium. It's got these nicely machined screws. You know, it's got the star head, and it's, you know, it's a lot more refined. Like in the same way that the Civivi is a premium version of like some of these other blades, this is like your EDC brand that's really small, making very specialized stuff that's not a big knife brand that you pay that premium for. But at the same time, what do you get for that premium? You get like the ultra slim, like really compact, this, that, like look at it compared to all these other ones. You know, it's lighter than this plastic one. It's fairly similar size, you know, and for 15 bucks compared to 75, what do you actually get utility-wise comparing the two? There's not a huge utility difference. You know, durability maybe, some of these other things, but like the reason you buy these is because you want a really cool titanium, like custom little knife that solves all the problems that these have. You know, it's like, it's a specialty knife, which is cool. You know, not everyone's gonna find the value in it, not everyone's gonna want it, but it's cool that people are out there making better versions of this. So what do I think of it though? You know, there's a couple of issues that I've had with it and why I don't use it. It's because one of them is that it's a kind of a pain to get the knife or the blade out. So I think what this really is, now that we've seen 10 like cheaper alternatives from Amazon, like the cheapest stuff you can get on Amazon, and one that's like a premium version. This to me is kind of like your like Pacific Northwest brands or your like high-end stuff where you've got that for every $50 you spend for the first like few $100s you spend on boots, you're getting a huge increase in quality and durability and comfort and all this stuff. Then you get to that like $400 price range and it starts to taper off, and for every 50 bucks you get a small advantage. You get different materials, you get better materials, more durable materials, but that it's not as big of leaps in what the quality difference will do for you, what the price difference will do for you. That's how I view these guys' knives. But you know, some people are gonna be like, I'll take 40 of these over one of those. And for me, I'm kind of in between. You know, I'm trying to find something that's not gonna fall apart and be terrible and I'm gonna lose it every 5 minutes, and it's something like I wanna carry because it's something you carry with you every single day and you want it. It's, you know, it's like if you're gonna carry it and use it, it'd be nice to have something that you like, that you're proud of, that feels good in your hand, makes you appreciate the quality. And so if I were to rank these, from which do I think is best for my specific need of a tight little compact replaceable blade knife that I can hold on my belt, that's not gonna pull my pants down, it's not gonna cause a lot of pressure points, weighing in the ease of replacing the blades, weighing in the size, the width, the weight, weighing in the utility or like the functionality of it, and then really the last thing is like those more subjective things, like how smooth is it? How does it make me feel when I'm like flicking it open? Like those more subjective things. So the bottom of the barrel, I'm gonna go with this Workpro. Very cheap, very not great. Then I would go with this one. I had some hopes for this one. I thought this might have been a nicer one, this Outdoor Edge. Then I'd probably go the OG Gerber. Then I'd go up to this brass one. Same thing here. It's like, this is big and chunky and it's solid brass, it's veteran owned, it's made in the United States, and you're buying it for other reasons, and that heft and that brass and the patina that like doesn't fit into my specific need, and it also doesn't have a clip, you know? So it's like quality has some of the things, but for my specific need, it's not there. And so I would honestly put this one probably here. I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that. Next, I would probably put this one. You know, it just didn't really sparkle in any particular way. It didn't really like, it's pretty chunky. It's not, yeah, it just didn't really do much in any impressive way. Then this is where you start to get the ones that I'd actually really want to carry, because like from here up, you know, I could carry that one. It's really from here, because this one has that really smooth action, simple to remove. You get the majority of the blade to use. It's a little chunky, it's a little heavy. You know, I wish it was a slim version of this, because this is a very small, slim little blade holder. I'm like, make the rest of it slim. Combine these two. If these two were combined, made a baby, made a beautiful little baby. That's my dream. Oh, I forgot about this one. This one doesn't even make it on there, because it didn't work. It's the wrong size. So that's going at the bottom. We've got three contenders left out of these two. This one's so smooth, the Civivi. It's so nice, very smooth. But I like the handle of this one more. They're very similar size. I don't like that you have to screw that in and out. This one's got an easier, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna do Civivi here. Let's see. Yeah, I think I'm gonna go here and here. That's tough. Getting that blade in and out is tough. I don't change the blade that much. So, and that's what the other half of this video is going to be, is like, now I'm going to test all these, see which ones didn't work, see which ones worked, and then really compile like what of each of these that I liked that worked. Because like already, I like the slimness of this. I really, really like the blade mounting thing of this one. I like the body of this one. And where's the one that doesn't one flip out? Oh, I like the little, like that flip out thing on this one. So really, my dream knife is combining these top 4. Yeah, I think that's it. I think that's how I'm gonna rank them. So I'm gonna test these. Let me know how you guys would have ranked them. Let me know your opinions on all these. In about, a few months, I'll wear maybe one of these each for a week and see how they go. And if I lose one out of my pocket, then that will be a clear indicator that it did not solve the problem with this. That's it. So thank you guys for sticking around and watching this whole thing. I thought it was pretty fun. I was gonna do this anyway. I was gonna buy them all and just kind of sit down and figure them out, which ones I liked, and try to find my perfect little baby pocket knife, little belt knife. Let me know if you liked it. What do you want me to change about this kind of style of video? What information do you find useful? And how do you want me to test these over the next few months? And if you want to see more knife content, just support these. That's all. That's the only way we'll be able to do more knife content, is if they do well and they get to a point where we can actually afford to do them, because we have to pay editors. It's not just like I sit down and the videos get put on YouTube for free. Like, we have to figure out ways to make it make sense for the business. And that involves you guys telling us if you like it, supporting us, telling us how to improve this. And if you want any of these, check them out, links in my description. But maybe consider the upper 5. I don't know. Bye. Once you get into the boot world and you start seeing the value of better materials, better pizza, Papa John. I can already tell I'm gonna get cold in this.